Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are doing week 8 predictions. It is already week 8. We are almost halfway.
It's insane. Right. You forgot to mention there's no buys. There's no buys. First game, we have the Vikings versus the Rams. The Rams, I forgot if the Rams won or lost, but the Vikings losing. The Rams won, Vikings lost.
Yep.
Finally. But for this game, I'm still going to go with my guy, Jason Arnold. Yeah.
Alright, so despite my inclination to go for the team that won last week, I am actually going to stick with Sam Darnold to get the win here. I think even though that first half wasn't as strong as I had hoped, that second half, they proved they can play in the second half, and Sam Darnold restored a little bit of confidence of me in him, and so I am going to pick him to get the win. So for the next game, we have the Ravens and the Browns. So for the Ravens last week, proving they are one of the most dominant teams in the league. Even though they're not undefeated, I think they could be considered one of the best teams in the league. And they take on the Browns. The Browns. It's rough. The defense, it's really good, but who knows who's starting at quarterback. It's either Winston or DTR, and I don't think it matters. As long as the Ravens don't fall into this trap game, I think the Ravens should be able to easily get the win here.
Yeah, so mine's got logic too, guys. So the Browns lost to the Bengals. Bengals lost to the Ravens. So therefore, the Ravens are going to win this game. Very quick and easy. So for this game, we have the Titans versus the Lions. The Lions winning their game versus the Vikings, who were undefeated. And then the Titans, who lost their game
to the
Bills. And I know there's this whole thing, I'm like the Titans will get it done eventually. Well, this game, I'm still believing in that concept, and I am picking the Titans.
All right, so this guy is an utter psychopath that is going to die in a hole because he is dying on this hill, and it's a very jagged hill that will collapse, and he will climb back on top of. So I'm not going to get on this jagged hill. I'm going to pick the Lions to get the win. Unless Dan Campbell gets on his drugs and starts going for it on 4th and down every single time, which I wouldn't be surprised. He might make this close by stupid play calls. But again, the Lions ride or die by him and his crazy play calling. So for the next game, we have the Cardinals and the Dolphins. I think this game, I don't think it's going to be a point scoring game. Unless the Cardinals can really play some strong football, I think this is going to be a dirty, gross game that's kind of boring. And I do actually have the Cardinals winning this in a close game somehow because the Cardinals just don't get any offense going.
I also have the Cardinals winning this game. I just, ever since Tua's whole deal, I have lost hope in the Dolphins, and I've decided, I'm done on that bandwagon. So yeah, Cardinals will be winning this game. And then for the next game, we have the Jets versus the Patriots. Yeah, so I'm picking the Jets here. Let's be real.
What about the GOAT?
Shut up about the GOAT.
There's 9 of them outside. Okay, guys. There's 9 GOATs outside right now. So that's a sign. That's a sign that the Patriots are going to either destroy the Jets or going to be destroyed. So hopefully I am going to pick the Patriots to get the win here because of the GOAT prophecy. So for the next game, we have the Falcons and the Buccaneers. So for the Falcons last week, Kirk Cousins, not great. They line of defense, not good either. And they lost. And they take on the Buccaneers, who lost to the Ravens in a not very close game. And the Buccaneers actually lost their 2 top wide receivers, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. So that is a very tough loss. And coming off this game a few weeks ago, the Falcons just narrowly getting the win over the Buccaneers. I am actually going to stick with the Falcons to sweep the Buccaneers just due to injuries. I really have more confidence in them.
All right. Tate.
But-
Never bet against Baker Mayfield, ladies and gentlemen. I'm picking the Bucks to win this game. Yes, they lost before, but they've got it this time. They're gonna get it in the bag.
The one game he doesn't pick them, they lose. I mean, they lost all their games, but
don't bet against Baker
I
Mayfield.
should have let you do that last week. I should have just let you do it.
Just let it happen. And then for the next game, we have the Packers versus the Jags. I'm not really too excited, but hopefully the power button goes hard, so I'm picking the Packers.
The Jaguars? You don't want the Jaguars one?
No, I do not want the Jaguars.
All right, so for this game, yeah, the Jaguars aren't very good, and they're just coming back from London. I think they'll be a little jet lagged, and against this strong Green Bay team, I think the Packers will get the win here. So for the next game, we have the Colts and the Texans. So for the Colts last week, in a poor game, they barely sneak away with a win, and they take on the Texans. So, and for the Texans last week, narrowly losing against the Packers, and it just goes to prove that CJ Stroud, you just need to get a lot of pressure, and then he stops being able to do anything. But then you leave the run game open. So for this game, I was actually close to deciding the Colts, but logic told me that's stupid, and so I am going to pick the Texans to win this game.
You know what? Just because of what he just said, I'm switching my pick, and I'm going to be picking the Colts for this game. Partly because I want to, and partly because he needs it. So,
Colts are going to win this game.
for the next game, we have, you already know, the Bengals. I'm just going to say now, I'm picking the Bengals. And they're versing the Eagles. Honestly, hope the Eagles get demolished. So, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, in this rare turn of events, I am actually with Peyton. Because I also want to see Nick Sirianni crushed, because he was showing off winning against the Browns by 4 points. And come on, that's not impressive. So for the next game, we have the Saints and the Chargers. So for the Saints last week, getting demolished on Drew Brees Day, it was not a great look, especially against a Broncos team. So, and they take on the Chargers, who narrowly lost to the Cardinals. And so logic here tells me to pick the Chargers. But with the Chargers and Rams logic, one has to win, one has to lose. If I pick them both to lose, one of them's got to work, right?
Unless they both win.
So I'm going to pick the Saints here.
Okay, buddy. As on a logic, my logic, since I had the Rams lose, I'm having the Chargers win this game. And as we know, it'll happen my way because this man, it does not work out for him.
No, I'm half and half.
And let's just be real. Saints, I was on their bandwagon and they just fell off. I mean, losing to the Broncos 33 to what? 10? Yeah, no. I'm not picking them. They're f***ing suck now. So, picking the Chargers.
All right. Come on, Derek Carr.
No. And then for the next game, we have the Bills versus the Seahawks. Yes, I like the Seahawks, but I'm going to go with the Bills here.
Yeah, the Seahawks last game, they proved to me that they're not completely falling apart, but also they're playing a really strong Bills team with Josh Allen. Hasn't thrown a single interception this year. Last year, led the league in interceptions to now going to 0 interceptions. Been very impressive this year. So I am actually going to take the Bills this game. And then for the next game, we have the Bears and the Commanders. So for this game, the Bears, and one of the strongest divisions this year, the NFC North, they have been putting games together. And then the Commanders, they just lost Marcus Mariota. Or not Marcus Mariota. They have Marcus Mariota and Jaden Daniels got injured. And for that reason, I did initially consider picking the Bears, especially with their strong division and their strong wins. But I am actually going to go with Marcus Mariota to put together a good game to get the win here.
Yeah, my boy Mariota. He's got this in the bag. Um, I'm picking the Commanders here.
I thought you didn't like them.
I don't, but Marcus Mariota has got this for me. And I just don't want to pick the Bears because every time I pick the Bears, it usually doesn't end up working. So
I thought I needed the wins.
not that much. And then for the next game, we have the Panthers versus the Broncos.
Pick the Panthers!
Using more logic here. The Saints beat the Panthers in the beginning. Yes, I know it was a different QB at the time. But you know what? It's fine. And then the Broncos wiped the floor with the Saints. Yes, I know they've fallen off since the beginning, but they still lost to the Broncos. So therefore, the Broncos will be beating the Panthers here.
You had to have that much logic to say the Broncos will beat the Panthers?
Yes.
The Broncos are going to beat the Panthers. I'm sorry, fellow fans of the Panthers. It's over. I'm sad. All right, so for this game, we have the Chiefs and the Raiders. So for the Chiefs last week, continuing their undefeated streak. And my goodness, I'm ready for it to be over. And they take on the Raiders this week. So, if you know, Tom Brady is actually a minority owner of the Raiders. And so, using the goats outside, the Brady wishmakers outside. The goats are outside. Not his. It's a sign. It's a sign that wherever Tom Brady is, they're about to win or lose. And so for this game, I am actually going to pick the Raiders to get the win with this GOAT magic.
I hate the GOAT magic. I'm picking the Chiefs. Unfortunately, it doesn't help the case because he's also considered a GOAT. So, yeah. For the next game, we have the Cowboys versus the 49ers. I'm not picking the Cowboys. I'm not. I am picking the 49ers to win this game. It's crazy out here.
He is picking... This diehard Cowboys fan is picking the... I'm kidding. So for this game, you have the 49ers and the Cowboys. And I'm going to follow logic here. The Cowboys, not that great. Usually they at least have a good regular season. They haven't had that. And so I am going to pick the 49ers to get the win. So for our last game, we have the Giants and the Steelers. And so for the Giants last week, Saquon Barkley tore them apart. And then the Steelers had a game. And they put Russell Wilson in, and he looked really good. And the Steelers beat Devontae Adams 2 weeks in a row. And so for this game, I am actually going to pick the... No, I'm picking the Steelers. I'm not doing that. I thought about it. I'm not. No, I'm picking the Steelers.
Very smart.
No, it's not. I'm picking the Giants. Shut up.
It's also very smart of you.
Shut up. No.
Just like every time I say it's very smart, he just switches. Anyway, so like I said, Giants versus the Steelers. I am not going to pick the Giants. You were just off their bandwagon until I mentioned that I was going to be picking the Steelers to win this game.
I was originally picking the Giants,
Okay,
and then I switched it mid. Like, see, it's circled. It's circled. Giants was originally.
I watched you erase it.
No, I erased the Steelers.
I watched you erase your circle over the Steelers and put the Giants.
No. I originally circled the Giants, and I was
buddy.
like, no, I'm not gonna be that crazy. And then you told me I was very smart, and then I was like, no, I'm picking the Giants.
I'm picking the Steelers to win this game.
All right, so that will do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the Week 8 predictions, and we will see you in the next one. Yeah, he's being censored. So yes,
what?
All right, we are here. Peyton.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit?
Yo, check. Dub. Watch me whip.
What
Watch me, nay. Watch
nope.
me whip. Watch me, nay.
All right, that's the whole video now.
Watch me. Watch me.
So for the next game, Peyton, you pick it. It's the Cowboys and 49ers.
No,
Yes.
the next game is the Chiefs and Raiders.
I may have forgotten to write that down.